Hello. Good morning. Good morning. What? What? What?
Well, I know it's been a while since we made a video. I figured it's time to get back to it. So this is the first of hopefully a lot more that'll be coming. We recently built a pond. This is actually footage from the first pond that we built, and this is where we got the idea to go bigger. Here are our fish right here. We got some koi, some goldfish, and that goofy little blackfish that I don't know what it is. I think it's goldfish actually. So you would think that building a pond is just digging a hole, throwing down like a liner or something, and then filling it with water. And that's kind of what I thought it was before I actually looked into it. It gets a little more complex than that, but it's actually pretty manageable from a DIY standpoint, as long as you pay attention to the details and kind of research it before you just start doing it. There's some things I would do different, but for the most part, we're really happy with the end result. Right here, Skylar and I are actually working on the waterfall area, and as you can see, it almost looks like a staircase in the dirt, and that's actually intentional because the flat areas give you a nice surface to lay down your rocks to make it look nice and natural, and then the drop-offs that you see will allow for the water to actually flow down. So you will not be seeing these drop-offs in your finished product. It's kind of hard to visualize right now, but you'll see later in the video.
Wow.
We were lucky enough to have materials down about a quarter mile away from our house in a river, and there's an old rail bed that was actually down there where they built up with boulders to prevent erosion. So we were able to actually get most of our rock and everything for free. Worked out nicely. Right here, I'm actually walking on the liner there, so the liner's already in the hole, and then you can see to the left where we have the actual pond area, and then that area I'm walking is actually where the waterfall will be. Right here we're working on getting the rocks placed within the pond area. We have water in there because we've kind of been washing off the rocks, and then we pump it out just to make sure when we fill it for the final time, it's nice and clean inside. The kids are just handing me rocks and I'm just kind of placing them. It's a mix between boulders and then medium-sized rocks. So if you're looking for like a comprehensive guide on how to build a pond, the Pond Digger has a great series of videos that shows basically from beginning to end how to do it. I just wanted to make this video to show that DIYers can do it themselves, and his videos just get more into the details on how to do it. So I would highly suggest looking him up. Right here, I'm working on the Waterfall Area. I'm placing rocks to kind of get the basic layout, and then I'll come back with smaller rocks. But Ashton is backfilling after I get the rock the way I want it. Then I kind of pull the liner back so Ashton can throw dirt behind it just to give it good support. This is the pump we use. It's very efficient. I think that pump actually will pump about 2,300 gallons per hour, and it uses only 60 watts. Right here we have it filled up. We're working on getting a nice sand base down so we can put down some flagstone. You got the palm trees and a bunch of plants to plant around it, and some more fruit trees and things like that. Ashton's digging a trench right here to allow for the pipe from the pump all the way to the waterfall. And then we also need 2 receptacles. We need one near the pump and then one that will be near the filter. It's my overloaded truck. It's about 4,000 pounds in the back of it. Pretty sketchy driving home with it. I was a little worried, but we made it. Putting down the flagstone. If you've never put down flagstone, it's a natural product, so the sizes and the thicknesses are going to vary, so you don't have to be real exact with getting your sand bed down. You just need something there, and then as you put down each individual piece, you kind of either have to build up or take some out in order to get them nice and flat and level with each other. This wagon that we're using was one of the better purchases we made. I think it has like 1,000-pound capacity, and we've gotten our use out of it. If you're not familiar with our channel or what we're doing, we decided to build a house rather than have a mortgage, and we built with cash. We used alternative building methods, and we are 100% solar. The house is actually rammed earth, which so far has been great. In the future, we're going to build a bigger house on the same property just up above it. Getting some flagstone down, and we're actually putting in pea gravel between them. I don't know that I would suggest that if you have kids, because kids just don't care and they're maniacs, and they'll go through and kick all the pea gravel out, and then you have to spend 10 minutes sweeping everything up. So I think eventually what I'll do is come back with concrete and then kind of top the concrete while it's wet with pea gravel. Finished product. We got the fish in there now, and they are happy. They are much more active than they were in the other pond, probably because they didn't have much room in the other pond, but now they have tons of area to they can hide between the rocks so birds or anything can't get them. And then I would have never thought that I was a pond guy, but it really is a relaxing feature to have, especially in Arizona, where it probably cools the area down a little bit, but for the most part, it just makes it not as deserty. Little updates on what we've been doing. We've been here living for about 2 years, and I haven't posted any videos, but we've done a lot of projects. We have a rocket mass heater that I built season before last, right before winter, and that has been a lifesaver because it consistently in the winter will get in the teens at night, so it is nice to have a heat source in the house. So that rocket mass heater is amazing, and I'll do a video on that, just kind of showing how I built it and how it works. We are not tied to the grid at all. Our water is on a solar well, and then it feeds a tank that sits 30 feet above the actual elevation of the house floor. And it gives us decent pressure, so it will fill during the day, and at night we just use gravity, and that's been actually doing great. I have no complaints there. It's great to just go out by the pond in the morning and sit and feed the fish and watch them for about 15-20 minutes, and then it gives you time to think about your day and what you're going to do and get motivated, and then you get up and start working. At least I do.